Testing.
Hey, Rich, don't forget to go on the way.
Oh. I thought I'd be home at like 8:15.
You're the first one right behind you.
Always, I guess.
He's doing his night program.
I heard of that.
Always coming. Walgreens, and then just nearby. Yeah. So you don't shoot that. Yeah. That'd be great. So just get rid of Frank and the Frank. So that's right. Nice. Take the easy road. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Sorry for the delay. Please call the roll.
Mayor Delaquila. Director Blah Pignatello.
Here.
Councilman at Large Bicker.
Here.
Councilman at Large Kranek. Councilman at Large Traffus.
Here.
Ward 1 Councilman Biassiata.
Here.
Ward 2 Councilman Frondor.
Here.
Ward 3 Councilman Kukrow.
Here.
Ward 4 Councilman Petro.
Here.
Director of Public Service and Properties Levis.
Here.
Building Commissioner Morrow.
Before we get started, the mayor sent an email to council, I believe during our caucus meeting. He was not feeling well. And also Councilman Kranek had a prior commitment that he had to attend to family-wise. He was in the caucus meeting but couldn't attend council. So I'm going to make a motion to excuse both Mayor Delaquila and Councilman Kranek. Would anybody second that?
I'll second it.
Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Mayor Delaquila and Councilman Kranek are excused. Okay, there are no meeting minutes, so we'll go straight to consent agenda dated December 27, 2016.
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilman Frondor.
I would like to make a motion to,
Can you hear us? It doesn't sound like it's on to us. Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion to amend consent agenda dated December 27, 2016. The dollar amount in item number 4 should be changed to $30,000 rather than $40,000.
I second.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Consent agenda has been amended. Is there a further motion?
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilman Frondor.
If there's no division of the question, I move that we accept the amended consent agenda dated December 27th, 2016.
Second?
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Okay, the consent agenda dated December 27, 2016 is passed. Are there any resolutions of commendation?
There are none.
Reports of committees, Planning, Zoning, and Economic Development Committee. We last met on December 19th. Those meeting minutes are forthcoming, and our next meeting will be on January 16th. Oh, why? Oh, January 17th, because the 16th is Martin Luther King Day. Thank you. Public Works Committee, Councilman Petro.
Mr. Chairman, we'll be meeting on the 6th.
Thank you. Community Services Committee, Councilman Bicker.
Yes, we last met on December 5th. Those meetings are on file with the clerk, and our next meeting is January 3rd.
Thank you. The Police and Safety Committee will have a report at our next council meeting. Parks and Recreation Committee, Councilman Kukrow.
Yes, our next meeting is on January 17th then?
Yes. Rules, Ordinances, and Ethics, Councilman Biassiata.
Our last meeting was December 5th. Those minutes are still pending. Our next meeting will be January 3rd.
Thank you. Finance, Civil Service, and Personnel, Councilman Frondorf.
Yes, Mr. President, our last meeting was held on December 19th. Our next meeting will be held on January 3rd, and I know that, and the minutes are forthcoming, and I know that Carol always looks forward to receiving my council
Always.
Thank you, Councilman.
meeting minutes.
Thank you. There are no appointments and confirmations. Are there any communications, petitions, and claims?
There are none.
Council will now be open to the audience on legislation only. If you have any comments regarding any legislation on the agenda tonight, please approach the podium and state your name and address. Okay. Ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 110, 2015.
Mr. President,
Councilman Bicker.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance 110-2015 by title only for its third reading.
I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
No.
This is to read it,
Oh,
so we'll be voting yes and then no.
Got ahead of myself.
That's okay.
Anxious to go home.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 110, 2015, introduced by councilpersons Ernst, Barth, Lechnar, Traffus, Leach, Frondorf, and Snitsky. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement on behalf of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio, with Brilliant Electric Sign Company of Cleveland, Ohio, for the purpose of replacing the marquee sign at Civic Drive and Broadview Road with one double-face LED electronic message center with a fabricated frame, and appropriating an amount not to exceed $19,825, which will include installation fees and appurtenances for said replacement. This ordinance had two readings in 2015 and was tabled in November of 2015.
Ordinance number 110, 2015 has been read for its third and final reading. Is there a motion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Bicker.
I move that we pass ordinance 110-2015.
Second the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Now, no.
Frondor.
No.
Kukrow.
No.
Petro.
No.
Traffus.
No.
Bicker.
No.
Ordinance number 110, 2015 has failed. Ordinance number 137, 2016.
Mr. President,
Councilman Kukrow.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance number 137, 2016 for its third reading.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 137, 2016, introduced by Councilman Traffus, Frondorf, Kranek, Bicker, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance to amend the appropriations of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio for the year ending December 31st, 2016.
Ordinance number 137, 2016 has been read for its third and final reading. Is there a motion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Kukrow.
I move that we pass ordinance number 137, 2016.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Just like to mention that we had some lively discussion in our caucus meeting about this particular ordinance, mainly because there are still many unanswered questions that Mayor Delaquila and primarily Police Chief Durkin have not gotten to council. Unfortunately, by law, this needs to be passed by December 31st, 2016. And I can assure our residents that these questions and many more will be asked upon the mayor and the police chief at our budget hearings. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 137, 2016 has passed. Ordinance number 138, 2016.
Mr. President,
Councilman Biassiata.
I move that we suspend the rules on the charter and read ordinance number 138, 2016 by title only for its third and final reading.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 138, 2016, introduced by Councilman Traffus, Frondorf, Kranek, Bicker, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance to make appropriations for the current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio for the year ending December 31st, 2017.
Ordinance number 138, 2016 has been read for its third and final reading. Is there a motion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Biassiata.
I move that we pass ordinance number 138-2016.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 138, 2016 has passed. We will now have the first reading of ordinance number 144, 2016.
Ordinance number 144, 2016, introduced by Councilman Traffus, Frondorf, Bicker, Kranek, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement on behalf of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio, with Brilliant Electric Sign Company of Cleveland, Ohio, for the purpose of providing labor, equipment, and materials to manufacture and install one double-face LED electronic message center with appurtenances at Civic Drive and Broadview Road, and appropriating an amount not to exceed $22,325 for said message center replacement, masonry repairs, and contingencies.
Thank you. Ordinance number 144, 2016 has been read for its first reading. And just for the record, before we move on, I want to mention to the clerk that a new attachment has been included in the caucus folder to be replacing Exhibit A.
Okay.
Ordinance number 145, 2016.
Mr. President,
Councilman Kukrow.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance number 145, 2016 for its first and final reading and declaring an emergency.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondorf.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 145, 2016, introduced by councilpersons Traffus, Frondorf, Bicker, Kranek, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an annual professional service contract with Philip Tomberlane II for the purpose of directing the rookie athletic youth programs at the City of Seven Hills Recreation Complex for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017, and declaring an emergency.
Ordinance number 145, 2016 has been read for its first and final reading. Is there a motion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Kukrow.
I move that we pass ordinance number 145, 2016.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 145, 2016 has passed. Ordinance number 146, 2016.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Petro.
I move that council suspends the rules under the charter and reads ordinance 146, 2016 by title only for its final reading.
I second the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 146, 2016, introduced by councilpersons Traffus, Frondor, Bicker, Kranek, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an annual professional service contract with the part-time program instructors at the City of Seven Hills Community Recreation Complex for the purpose of providing various classes at the City of Seven Hills Recreation Center for the period covering January 1st through December 31st, 2017, and declaring an emergency.
Ordinance number 146, 2016 has been read for its first and final reading. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Petro.
I move that council passes ordinance 146, 2016.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 146, 2016 has passed. Council will now be open to the audience. If you have any comments, please approach the podium and state your name and address. There will be no report from the mayor and safety director as he is not here. Reports from the directors of departments and other officials. Service Director Stuart Levis.
No report.
Thank you. Director of Law Richard Pignatello.
No report.
Thank you. Excuse me. Council miscellaneous. Let's start in the middle. Councilman Kukrow.
Real quick, thank you, Mr. President. The big parks meeting that's going to be coming up in January, I'm planning on having a pretty extensive presentation. I'm giving everyone a fair warning. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is, and the reason I'm saying this here is because if the residents are watching this, I think about having a special another meeting outside of the caucus chamber where people can come in here and we'll present to them. So I'm letting people know that that might happen at the end of January.
Great.
And then the last thing I'd say is about our new sign. As I said in the caucus room, I'm concerned that we're going to buy in this sign and it's not going to be updated. And we can't get our website updated. We can't get updates put to the website on a timely basis. I'm concerned that the electronic sign is going to be wasted and we're going to spend that money. So, I'm glad it's only first reading because I want to get some answers on who's going to operate this sign, because I don't want it to say Happy 4th of July when it's Christmas time, because nobody can do it. So just letting everybody know I'll be asking those questions.
Thank you, Councilman. As a matter of fact, if we can't get responses or answers to it, perhaps it's something we could legislate and assign it to.
Well, that's what I'm hoping.
Something else to put on Stuart.
I'm sorry.
I heard that.
Add that to my time.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Councilman Bicker.
Just looking forward to next year, Matt, and I wish everybody in Seven Hills a happy new year.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Biassiata.
Thank you, Mr. President. Real quick, wish all my colleagues a happy new year, the residents of Seven Hills a happy new year, and the Councilman Kukrow, I do have some ideas I'd like to contribute for possible park improvements. So let me know when you'd like to sit down and talk about that ahead of your public meeting.
Sounds good.
That's it. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Petro.
I have no comments, Mr. Chairman.
Councilman Frondor.
I'd just like to say Happy New Year to everyone in Seven Hills and everyone up here on the dais in the audience today.
Thank you, Councilman. I have a couple items of business to do. These were discussed in caucus. The first one is to lift the hiring freeze to hire the typist to City Council. Just so everybody is aware, the primary function of this position will be to type meeting minutes. And once we're caught up with that, there's plenty of other work we can assign to this position as well. I'm going to make a motion to lift the hiring freeze and hire Lisa Plisco for the position of council typist at $14 an hour, not to exceed 15 hours per week. Is
I'll second that.
there any discussion? That was acceptable as a motion, Rich? Okay. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Okay, hiring freeze has been lifted to hire Lisa Plisco as the council typist. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bill, you here for something? Okay. We're gonna begin moving forward with the Glens Landing development. The Planning Commission met on December 9th and gave their preliminary approval for the preliminary development plan submission, which was dated November 16th, 2016. Council has discussed this many times. It's been something that we've been kicking around for quite some time, and tonight we're gonna get this project moving. So I'm gonna make a motion to confirm the Planning Commission's recommendation for the preliminary development plan submission dated November 16th, 2016 by Glens Landing LLC.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? I just want to mention how excited I am personally to get this project off the ground. This has been a long, arduous process for a lot of people involved, and Glens Landing is going to be bringing a great development, first class, to the city of Seven Hills. It's going to add a lot to our community, and I can assure everybody involved with Glens Landing that City Council is here to help in any way we can to assist you in getting this project going. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Planning Commission's recommendation has been approved by council. Lastly, before we finish, I just want to mention to our residents that are watching that we have a renewal levy coming up this year for our garbage collection. And without going into great detail, I do want to mention that the current millage for that is 3.8, and it's generating far more money than we need. And we are going to be putting a levy on the ballot in this primary. Council's going to be kicking around some different millages, but I feel very confident in saying that it will be a tax decrease. Right now, I'm proposing that we go down from 3.8 mils to 2.9 mils, which would equate to a 23.7% decrease in the tax you pay for garbage collection. And dollar-wise, that equates to $34 a year based on $100,000 of home valuation. So I'm anxious to get this moving and trying to save our residents some money. If there's nothing further, I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Meeting is adjourned. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye.
Same to you. Happy New Year, guys.
Couple. 2, 3, 4.
So I'm gonna do that was a very productive caucus.
Good.
Very Basically, actually,
These are kind of getting like, done. Thank you, Jim, for the
oh, you're welcome.
gift. Thank you.
Thank you.